Up on Valley News Live at 10, we'll introduce you to the retired medic who sprang into action to save 2 people from a burning car on I-29. Plus, how changes to tax laws could put money back into your wallet. And we'll show you how a Fargo community is honoring the lives lost in the tragic Colorado Springs nightclub shooting. All of these stories and more are straight ahead on Valley News Live at 10. Good evening and thanks for joining us. A Breckenridge man is being called a hero tonight. This after he helped pull a man and woman out of a burning car following a crash Sunday afternoon near I-29 and Highway 13 in Richland County. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke to the man and the crash victim's son, who says there's a lot more to be thankful for this holiday season. It's a story you'll only see here on Valley News Live.
In the grand scheme of things, it could have been a whole lot worse.
Jared Hicks served as a paramedic for just 6 months before he moved on to something new. But that short-lived training saved Alberta and Corey Bratlin's lives.
I mean, it basically saved Thanksgiving and the holidays, because if he hadn't been driving by, this would be a very sad story right now. I don't know that we would have either of them with us.
Hicks and his family were on their way to Fargo for fish food when they came across the crash Sunday. Both in their 70s, the Bratlins were trapped inside as their vehicle burst into flames.
I realized if they didn't come out real quick, that the outcome was going to be really poor.
He not only ran up on a burning car and pulled somebody out once, he took them to safety and then did it again.
At the time we pulled him out, I couldn't hardly see him. There was so much smoke in the cab.
While the Bratlins are still recovering in the hospital, they're okay. And their family says it's all thanks to divine intervention sending Hicks to the rescue.
A true public servant, absolutely. And this guy should get some kind of a medal for what he did, or honored.
And while many are calling him a hero, Hicks says he doesn't agree, saying helping people is just who he is.
Whenever someone's on the side of the road, I always pull over to see if they need help. I figure next time it'll be me, and hopefully a little good karma goes a long ways.
Both he and Lemke say they hope their story inspires others to give a helping hand now and beyond the holiday season. Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Lemke says he and his siblings plan to celebrate Thanksgiving with their parents at Sanford Hospital. He says he's working on figuring out if he needs to sneak a turkey leg inside or not. And while Lemke and Hicks haven't met in person yet, Lemke says he plans to take his parents' rescuer to lunch soon to thank them for their selfless actions. Turning now to your forecast, let's get the latest from First Alert Storm Team Summer Schnellbach. Hey, Summer.
Hey, Courtney, and good Tuesday night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a nice little warm up here across the valley today as temperatures warmed into the upper 20s, even some low 30s. 31, that peak temperature in Grand Forks, 30 here in Fargo, 36 out in Jamestown. And even though not all of us were above freezing, above 32, the help of some sunshine really helped to melt a little bit of that snow. Now let's get the latest of your Thanksgiving planner, as we're just a couple days away now. Tomorrow, we're going to see mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 30s, mostly sunny until late in the day. It's late and overnight into Thanksgiving morning. We're tracking a light spotty mix or some morning flakes for Thanksgiving Day, but then we're comfortable and dry the rest of Thursday, and check out Friday. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple 40s across the valley. We're watching a system that's currently up in the northern Rocky Mountains, bringing a little bit of light snow, wintry mix, even a little bit of rain. Courtney, coming up in a couple minutes, I'm going to track this because this is what's headed our way Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. So we'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and your turkey time forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, Summer, thanks so much. New for you tonight, a Grand Forks woman is facing charges after authorities say she robbed another woman at knife point. Court documents say Shane Spivey ripped the victim out of an Uber, pepper sprayed, and swung a knife at her before stealing her wallet. The incident happened in September near 4th Avenue North and North 5th Street in Grand Forks. Spivey is charged with aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon. And 2 people are dead after a shooting in rural Battle Lake, Minnesota. Otter Tail County deputies were called to a home just before 2:30 yesterday afternoon. That's where they discovered the bodies of a 59-year-old man and a 58-year-old woman. Investigators are calling it a murder-suicide at this time, and they don't believe there's a threat to people in the area. A 78-page mid-year report from Fargo Police reveals strengths and weaknesses, as well as sets goals for the department. Strengths include technology like new body cams and tasers, community support, and training. Some weaknesses included increased workload, trust, and internal personal conflicts. The department also said growth in Fargo, recruitment and retention, and social media have also been an issue. The report was made following conversations with the staff. To see the full thing, head to our website, valleynewslive.com. Allegations continue to surface against former NDSU cheer coach Verona Winkler. Current and former athletes are speaking out, alleging verbal and emotional abuse over the years by Winkler as a coach. Our investigation into the claims started back in August when we received a message into our whistleblower hotline. Our Aaron Walling has interviewed 10 different athletes who shared similar stories with allegations dating back to 2009.
Tried starving myself, and that just didn't do it for her. And so unfortunately I went to the only other thing I could control, which was causing external pain on myself to take away from stuff I couldn't control with my performance for her wise, or altering my appearance in any other way. So really it was really it was a destructive outlet to try to cope.
Now, Winkler resigned from her position as cheer coach on November 9th after 21 years, just 2 weeks after we started requesting interviews. The NDSU Athletic Department continues to decline our requests for interviews. The Fargo-Moorhead community came together tonight in honor of the victims killed in the mass shooting at a gay club in Colorado Springs. Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor shows us how the community is sending love and support thousands of miles away.
It's been several days since tragedy struck at the Club Q nightclub in Colorado Springs, and people from near and far are still hurting.
Unfortunately, it has gotten to a point where it's numb.
5 people killed and dozens of others injured after a gunman opened fire.
I was just absolutely devastated. Incredibly angry, incredibly sad.
Now a memorial sits outside the nightclub, paying homage to those lives lost. And community members across the country are also showing their love and support, including right here in the Fargo-Moorhead area.
Even though Colorado Springs is thousands of miles and states away, it's important to me and to other queer and trans folk that we come together in solidarity.
Dozens gathered in Broadway Square for a moment of remembrance. North Dakota Senator Ryan Braunberger was also there to pay his respects.
I think it's very important that we stand up for what's right, and we need to stop the hate and the rhetoric on the right that's telling us that we're not allowed to live the life we want.
The senator says under his leadership, he plans to do everything possible to ensure equity.
I want to make sure that we are protecting all of our children, our trans kids, from unnecessary violence. I want to make sure that they feel welcome.
But some say it will also take for non-LGBTQ community members to step up for what's right.
It's just standing up and knowing that someone has your back is more than enough.
In Fargo, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
Tragedy struck our sister station in North Carolina this afternoon. WBTV meteorologist Jason Myers and pilot Chip Tyag were killed in a helicopter crash in Charlotte. Investigators are still trying to figure out how it happened. Myers grew up around North Carolina and watched WBTV as a kid. He leaves behind a wife and 4 children. Tyag joined the station in 2017 and was a pilot for more than 20 years.
He apparently knew he was in trouble, and he circled looking for a place to put that down. And on the second circle, I don't think he had any choice. It was going down, and he got it just off the highway and avoided it. Could have injured a lot of people.
Meanwhile, back at home with the number of both RSV and flu cases on the rise, Minnesota doctors held a news conference expressing concerns. They say one of the reasons for the surge is a bit of dry timber effect. More kids masked up and social distance during the heart of the pandemic. So now more kids than usual are being exposed to these viruses all at the same time.
There have been days when we've had 30 to 40 children waiting in our emergency departments, waiting for an inpatient bed.
We are trying our best. We are trying our hardest to take care of everyone that we can.
Doctors also want to stress much of this can be treated at home with rest, fluids, and medicine. Doctors are also recommending wearing a mask if you have a runny nose and are going to be in a crowd. Businesses can encounter difficulties getting customers in the door, whether that's due to road construction or proper signage. For one West Fargo business, it's ease of access. There is no turn lane into the Shy West Garden Center from town. A proposal for a turn lane was voted down at a West Fargo City Commission meeting last night. It's left the owner frustrated and looking to run for City Commission herself.
I think that it's time for a change, and I think that somebody, namely maybe me, needs to come in and offer a change. And if there's enough people that appreciate that feedback and that appreciate this space like I do, that maybe they'll see value in that happening.
Meanwhile, West Fargo City Commissioner Mark Simmons says he was concerned about putting a private road over public land. He added they're not done looking at potential solutions. Still ahead tonight on Valley News Live, how changes to tax laws could put money back in your wallet.
And tonight we're continuing to look at relatively quiet conditions. A few clouds moving in, potential for a bit of fog by tomorrow morning in some places. But coming up, I want to take a closer look at your Thanksgiving forecast. There is 100% chance of some good food. Your forecast is next.